regulatory authority, your response to that. We have all seen the success stories of Estonia, where the government uses blockchain technology to enforce the integrity of governmental data and systems, guaranteeing access to the blockchain network for the state agencies via the X-road infrastructure. Do you think Qatar or the neighboring countries in the region should consider following the path of Estonia?
That's a very good question, Dr. Mazen. Before I answer that question, first of all, I don't represent the Qatari government. Okay, I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm the uncle of 6 Qataris, but the way I see it is in technology, it's called the adopters graph, which is you have the early adopters, and then you have the mainstream, and you have the late adopters. Okay, to kind of give you an idea, I was in 2011 at a conference about Bitcoin, blockchain, crypto, 2011, and I ended up buying my first Bitcoin in 2012 for $12, but then I sold it. Okay, I bought 1,000 Bitcoins. No, I sold because it was going up and down. So the concept of early adopters and mainstream and late adopters is something to think about. That's number one. Number two, remember, blockchain. Okay, there's a certain religion about blockchain. Okay, or a certain fundamentals or DNA. Blockchain is about taking information and distributing it. That's number one. Number two, it's about not one single server making a decision. It's multiple servers running called nodes, and then 51% of the servers agree. Then the transaction takes place, whatever it is that you're doing, processing, etc. Now, put that, which is a distributed model, okay, transparent, to Dr. Don was saying earlier. And now on the other side, you have a centralized government, centralized infrastructure that governments need to control the country. If you don't pay your taxes, you go to jail, right? So that has to be centralized. But from the other side, you have to have a distribution of that information and that on the services. So that said, now I'm going to answer your question. I think eventually governments are going to use blockchain. There's no questions about that. Just like internet, right? It was a fad. It was a lot of hype. It was really cool in the beginning, and people threw the words internet here and there to just get 10 times their stock or whatever. But then later on, it became mainstream. So I think long term, if you're looking at any type of trust system, okay. If you're looking at public register, for example, you want to make sure that you own a house and your house is yours. Okay, so blockchain is perfect for that. Records for healthcare, yes, blockchain will be definitely a fantastic infrastructure for that. Payments, on the other hand, is and I'm a payments guy. Very tricky, because the moment you open up that payments and put it, let's say, on a blockchain, how can you control it? How can you put physical, limitations on it? Okay, because the internet is everywhere, right? The blockchain is everywhere. So still, I think governments still have a lot of time to get there. And I know everybody's talking about the CBDCs, right? The central bank digital currency. Still, a lot of talk. Maybe a couple of countries, Bahamas or Nigeria, doing some tests, some pilots. Everybody's talking about China. Still, China has not released its CBDC. They're talking about it. They have not. China right now is cracking down. If you see the word cryptocurrency, I mean, in Qatar it's 10 million. In China, it could be jail, could be, you disappear. So still, I think it's still in the early stages right now. And what Estonia has done, great, but a lot of countries are very, very hesitant to kind of follow those tracks. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. I want to go back to Mr. Goodman.